Okay, now we're recording. All right. So, welcome everyone to the 25-26 DI season. First of three RYT trainings. So, there was some confusion about all the different trainings being offered, and I got a bunch of emails. So, let me clarify that. There are multiple trainings offered throughout the DI season. So, there are team manager trainings. We already had one in Jersey Village, right? The first one. There's one coming up in Pearland next week on Tuesday. We're trying to get one more session in Fort Bend. That's probably going to happen in December. So those are your tips and tricks, how to manage your team, how to get your team manager, kickstarting the creative process, how to manage, just talk to a really experienced team managers who will go through a guided session, give you tips and tricks, and then share with you resources that are on the Gulf Coast website, help you manage your team better. Those are tips and tricks training, right? It's tips and whatever, team manager training. Then there are three trainings offered for register your team. This is to help you register your team and get ready for the tournament. So far, you have purchased a team number or you have been given a team number. You've done your background check. You are on the DI website. That's basically the beginning of that. There's a whole bunch of other things you have to get your team registered so you can participate at the tournament, right? So this will walk you through that, these three trainings. So there's one offered today, and there's another sessions in December on Friday and Saturday that's published on the website. In the month of January, right? Or our tournament is late in February, so it's probably going to be in February. We will do the forms and RYT form. The tournament forms and declarations training, right? So as you get to the tournament, you have to submit your forms, tournament data forms, and then you have to do scheduling requests if you have any, especially if you're a senior team. We do try to accommodate your scheduling requests. So, or if you're a team with multiple team manager with multiple teams, we try to schedule, help you out with scheduling, so you don't end up missing one of your team's performance stuff. So, please be clear on what these trainings are and what they are. So, the tips and tricks training is completely optional. That's to help you become a better team manager, talk to experienced team managers, ask questions. Usually, Curtis and Teresa run the training. I stay back and answer more questions if required. Those are in person only, they cannot be recorded. Those are interactive sessions, they cannot be recorded. The RYT training is to help you get registered before the December deadline so your team is staged for the tournament and we can schedule your team. It is a deadline based, so that's why we make it mandatory. Every year there are changes. I see a lot of experienced team managers on the roster today. So people have been doing for longer DL longer than I have are on the training today. So every team manager attends this just because there's changes every year. The forms and scheduling again is mandatory. There's changes every year. Their dates are different. There's deadlines. That's why we make that mandatory. And one of those three, they're all online trainings. I hope I clarified that. Right. Let's start with today's session. Right. Today is your team, also referred to as RYT going forward. Is I'm just going to call it RYT because register your team is a very long name. We just refer to as RYT training. Um, what we're going to go through is what, when, why, who needs to do it, right? All of the things on the RYT. For those who are familiar with this website, last year it was the registeryourteam.org site. Now it is integrated. If you are on the session, please mute yourself. There's a lot of background noise. So, then steps to register your team yourself as a team manager. You have to register your team members. We need to know who's coming, what age they are, what challenge they're doing, all that, and appraisers. Every team has to provide one appraiser for the tournament. You're welcome to provide more, but you have to definitely provide one appraiser for the tournament. It's a volunteer run tournament. So we need volunteer appraisers to be able to run this tournament. You also have to provide one support volunteer. The support volunteer is like a parent or someone who can do like a 2-hour shift to help us, run the logistics of the tournament. They are not doing any scoring, appraising, or anything. So they are two different volunteers that you have to provide to the tournament. Then there's a tournament fee payment. There are some nuances whether you are, are you an independent team? Are you a school sponsored team? Is school paying the fees? We'll get through that. Then completing your team's registration. There are teams that are done, they don't hit the complete. So we don't know that you're ready yet. So, we do try to send reminders and stuff, but the system is not that this thing that will send you automatic reminders. And then we go through the registration due dates. So let's go through this. The first thing I want to do is I want to make an announcement that, the destination preparation workshop, this is our instant challenge workshop and, a drama and presentation skills workshop. So in this workshop, we cover instant challenge, how to approach an instant challenge, how to think for instant challenge. Because instant challenge can be daunting for kids who do it for the first time. You're walking into a room, you're given a challenge you've never seen before. You're given like 2, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever is depending on the challenge, to solve it on the spot. And it contributes to your score if you're a competitive team. You do get some feedback if you're a Rising Stars team. So it can be daunting. The workshop itself is designed mainly for competitive teams. It doesn't really go well with Rising Stars because it's pretty fast paced and it kind of overwhelms the children. Right. The workshop will cover theater skills for presentation instant challenge. We will have Alley Theater teaching artists. They come back every year, right? We do that every year with them. They're going to come back this year again. We'll have teaching artists from the Alley Theater who will, you have a shy child. How do you project? How do you present yourself on a stage where the appraisers can see you better? So it's a very good session to help kids succeed in their presentation, not just build a solution, but also present it in a way where they get all the credit they deserve. We are registering teams right now. Registration is open. There is a sequence to how we do it because we sell out every year. It's hugely popular. I think I've seen an overwhelming response. I will have to look at the response this weekend. I don't have time yet. But generally we go for new EL, SL teams. So new teams are given first preference. Then returning teams who wish to workshop again. We have a lot of teams that come back every year. And then Rising Stars teams, like I said, it's not geared to your age group. We're just telling you from experience, it's not something. And generally, you will not have space, right? I mean, the spirit which is going looks like the workshop's going to sell out pretty soon. So this year, definitely we're going to sell out. So that's the workshop. If you are intending to attend, you have been thinking about it, register sooner than later. It's one registration per team. Make sure you have all the information you need, all your attendees, your additional adult. Only one additional adult is allowed. You can have the team manager or someone in lieu of the team manager. The team manager cannot make it that day, and you can bring in one additional adult. Right? It's all the information is there on the website and on the form. I sent you all that information in email as well. So the details are here, gulfcoastgi.com workshop, and link for registration will be closed as soon as we fill up the workshop. Next, what are the DII resource area and RYT? So as a team manager, there are two terms that will keep getting used all the time, right? And you need to be very clear in your mind what they mean, what we're referring to, and what each of those constitutes. One is the resource area. The resource area is where you register your team, right? Yourself and your team for a challenge. So your team number is what you get from the resource area. It is also where you get all the challenge documents, right? As soon as you log in, there's a big button that says download materials here. That's where you go and download all of your challenge materials. It is also a place where you will submit your scheduling requests, your things. So let me go through the one by one, right? This is where you buy a team number, right? That's called the resource area. Once you log in as a team manager, you create an account for team manager and appraiser. So team managers must have an account. Appraisers, any appraiser you supply will have to create their own account. Please do not register appraiser using your login. Our system will lock your team out, right? It just instantly, because you're a team manager, you're registering someone and it'll say, yes, your team manager cannot be an appraiser. And then we have to go through hoops to unlock it and all that. So if you find an appraiser, there is a method by which you send them a ask them to create their own account. The reason we request an own account is there are disclosures, there are waivers, there is a photo waiver, there is disclosure that they have to sign on their own ID. You cannot register an appraiser using your ID. Please don't do that, especially new team managers. Do not do that. cause a whole bunch of issues for your team, and you'll get delayed, or you'll get emails saying that your team cannot be scheduled. It's an unnecessary thing that you can avoid by not registering using your ID. Send the link, let them do it. They will know how to do it. Right? It is also used for scoring advancing. Our entire scoring system runs on that site. You will see that part of it, but that's where you will see your raw scores and stuff on the day of the tournament, right? And then we'll also email it from there. So that's the back end that we operate in. That's the side that the scoring system team operates on. It is your account with DII and tied to your background check and team number. So that account you create on the resource area, it ties to you as a unique individual, right? Because you're working with children, it has tied to also your background check. It's tied to you, your email address, your phone number, and who you are as a team manager. And then it is also the master account. That account survives year after year after year, right? The account is perpetual. There are accounts that are more than 25 years old. I think there's people on this training who have accounts that are years and years old. So it is your master account. The resource area is also used for getting documents like team challenges and submitting TDF forms, which is tournament data forms. I'll come to that a little bit later when I show you what that form is. Register your team is now a section of the DI website. Experienced team managers, returning team manager, it is no longer a separate URL, a separate website. It is just another link within the resource area. You just click on that and it takes you directly to that spot. It is still a separate, it'll ask you for login if you're not already logged in, but it is no longer, I mean, if you type register your team.org, it'll take you to the same place, but you don't have to have two separate links. I mean, you can just log into this resource area and directly go to the RYT section. It is your team's registration site for the current tournament, right? Every single year you do DI, you will go into RYT and register your team again. So you will tell us about yourself as a team manager, returning. So this year you are a new team manager, next year you'll be returning team manager. Then you'll tell us, okay, you're a senior level team. Do you want to do extreme challenge? It'll tell you about you. It'll give us your contact information. Then all the children, right? All the members of the team have to register. It'll tell us about your appraiser. It'll tell us about your support. So it is a very important site, but it's only for this challenge season. So you will register once for regional tournament. If you're a competitive team, you move forward to state. That registration will roll forward to state. So you don't have to register again for state, right? And then if you go to globals, that registration will roll for the globals tournament. So that's the advantage of using RYT. It rolls over year after, tournament level by tournament level, and the information is consistent. It is also used for, it is the only site that's used for registration ordering. So what I mean by registration ordering, we use it for registration region. When you go to state level tournament, if you are a competitive team, you win and go to the state tournament. They also use the RYT site for ordering many times, right? So they'll let you order, I don't know, pin, shirt, whatever they want to sell, they need for the tournament, you can order using that. So it has that functionality. We don't use it at Gulf Coast, but it has that. No documents are shared on the RYT side. You will never upload a document onto the RYT website. You will have everything on the website. You will accept it by checking boxes or doing things, but you will never upload documents onto the RYT website. Next, the registration process. Get your team number and background check on the DIA website. If you are already here, unless somebody forwarded you my email or you found this on the website, right, on the Gulf Coast website, you are here, right? You already have a team number. That's how I got your email address. If you are an independent team, go to the shop link on the DI website and buy a team number and a background check. If you still have friends who are looking to get a team number or startup, that's how you get a team number. You have to go to the shop link and then on the DI website, and then you buy a team number and also buy a background check. All team managers have to be background checked. Any additional team managers, assistant team managers, co-team managers, if that is going to be working alone with children, must have a background check. Please check with your school district if they have any other extra requirements of working. If you're a school district sponsored team, sign up with your school district, right? Please check with your school district coordinator who's there for DI. Who it is, email me, I'll find out who it is, right? I'll get someone to get in touch with you. Most school districts have already closed the registration at this point. The district information how to register. Remember, there's a lot of paperwork. The district will give you specific paperwork. You have to give either online form or paper forms, and you have to get something signed by campus, by your principal. You'll have to submit information on which children, which grade, and all that to your school district. That is one set of registration. We never get that information, right? I say we, it is Gulf Coast Destination Imagination is not privy to that information. You have to supply that information to us via the RYT website. This is a common question that comes up every year. You have to register once with your school district and once with Gulf Coast DI. We are not allowed to share information back and forth. Children are involved. Okay. Next, complete your profile on DI website. This is if you are a new team manager. Please keep the information accurate. Do not use fake email addresses, junk phone numbers, because you will miss a lot of communication that is being sent out. Right? We use this information to send out communication, and the emails will get more and more as we get closer to the tournament. There'll be critical information sent to you. So please use your email address that tells me what your name is. Don't put like ADI and then register on Gmail and then use a junk email address and then say that, oh, I don't know, never got the email. Right? We use whatever is there on your website, on your registration. That's what we send. Make sure you accept the code of conduct, right? This can prevent a team from completing the registration, or even complete the registration, pay your registration fees, and if you're not accept the code of conduct, you theoretically cannot manage a team. You have to accept the code of conduct, right? That's DI rules. That's not something that we created. Right? And then make sure your account information and start your background check. When you purchase your background check, you get a code. You have to follow the instructions given with that email and then start your background check. And then this is the site. Once you log in to the Destination Imagination website, this is someone who has logged in. You'll see your name here, your email here. Your code of conduct has to be green. That means you've accepted it. Your background check tile has to be green. That means you have completed your background check. And then confirm your account information every year. If you change your email address, you went from .com to .org, you're using your work email address and you decide to change it, right? Make sure this information up to date every single year, make sure it works. Next, the DI registration process. This is all on the DI website. You have a team number, you have done your background check, it'll let you go through to all this information here. On the left side of the screen, right? This is half of the screen. So the left side of the screen, you will have a district organization. If you're an independent team, you will be here, right? It'll be here, whatever you enter will be there. You can enter it only one time when you register. If you are not a school district team, right? Even if you are in a school district, but you're doing an independent team this year, or you have cross school district teams, for some reason the school district is not sponsoring your team, put independent there. Do not put a school district there because they will not send you information. We will think that we sent you the information to the school district and you already received it. So this happens quite a bit. And then we discover way late in the process that team managers are not getting emails because we send information to school districts. School districts are like, okay, you can put whatever you want there. You are not on our list. And then information gets lost. So if the school district purchase your team number, they will have their school district name here. If you purchase your own team number and you're part of a school district, make sure you put your school district information there. If you're an independent team, you're not being sponsored by a school district, as in you are a standalone team, right? You're it's not like Sci-Fi ISD will put Sci-Fi ISD because they purchase their own team number. I think there's a couple of other school districts that do the same thing. Follow the instructions from your school district. But if you're a standalone independent, you're homeschooled, you're not eligible to be a school district team, please use the word independent. Next is your campus. Please put your campus name here. This helps us, tomorrow if we have to get in touch with your school district coordinator or something else, it really helps us have your campus name there. Location, put Katy, Houston, Cyprus, whatever, Friendswood, Alvin, Pearland, whatever location you are, that put the location there. Please don't touch this active button. It happens every year. Someone goes and unchecks it and they drop out of the system. Literally, you will disappear from the system. Then I had to go in the back and see, okay, how did this? And they'll say, hey, I'm not receiving any emails, or I'm unable to go to RYT. And then, okay, inadvertently check that button. It's available only once when you register for the first time, and then it becomes non-editable. Only administrators can edit that. So if you accidentally checked it, send me an email. I'll help you out. Region is Gulf Coast. You cannot change that. You will see all this information here, which I've blocked out. That's based on who purchased it. Next is your team name. Please put your team name there. If you have not come up with a team name, as soon as you come up with it, put your team name there. Then pick your challenge. If you are in grade one, grade two, right? You are in early learning. You have only one challenge. So make sure you pick your challenge. Remember, Rising Stars has only one, or Rising Stars early learning has only one, helping hands, and level pick early learning, Rising Stars. So please pick your challenge. By now, your team should have logged down the challenge. Right? We are in midway through November. Your team should have already picked the challenge by now. Team is looking for members. You can check that for members. If you're a school district team, you really cannot check that because you have to get permission from your school district to add anybody. If you're an independent team, you're looking for members. Check that box. We'll see if we can find anybody who's interested. Same age group, same level, can maybe work with you, put you in touch with the team manager and see the parent and see if you're willing to have extra team members. Next, this is the right side of the right? Now we did the left side, this is the right side of the screen. If you are, if you purchase your own team, you'll see your name here. If it was purchased by your school, you'll see the school district coordinators information there. Add your team number, team manager name here, and add any co-managers here by clicking this button. Right? So this is where you click team manager, you will then give your information. If you are logged in as yourself, it should show up there. Otherwise, just add it. Okay. The next is team members. Team members will show up here, but you cannot add them here. You have to add them in RYT. This is just to help us with team counts that we reflected here. Please don't add it here because you'll end up adding it twice. And you cannot delete it. Once you add it, you cannot delete it. Generally, it will not allow you to add, but I think the first time you do it, some people have managed to add here. This is not the place to do it. You add your team members only on IT, it will replicate here. It usually replicates pretty quickly. If you made some changes there, you added 2, 3 team members and you log in, it's not visible here. Click the sync, it'll do an on-demand refresh. So that's what this is. And now once your background check reflects as A, which gets accepted, then you can go and download the digital materials. If you have not completed your background check, you will not be allowed to log into RYT. It will not let you into RYT, and then you will not be able to see the materials. Okay. Next, you're done with the DI website. There's nothing more to do. Right? DI is done. You can log back in to download instant challenge there. You can go and check if everything's good. You can go rename your team if you want. Check with your school district. Some school districts don't like it if you rename your team. But don't go and change your challenge. Changing your challenge once you pick it is a strict no-no. Please pick the correct level. Do not make a mistake in picking the level, because if you make a mistake in picking the level, you will be competing at that level. If you pick a level lower than yours, you will be disqualified from competing. So make sure you pick the correct level. Okay. Next, we go to RYT. RYT is register your team. Like I said, it is just now a link on the DI website. For returning team managers, this is new. It is just a link. You don't have to go into a separate URL, type it in, log in. You can just click RYT. Right. Once you click that, it takes you into this website. This message, right? If you see this message that you see here, it means that you don't have a team number this year yet, or your background check is complete. So let's say there's a team manager who's completed their background check. They're able to log in. You have a co-team manager who did not complete their background check, and they log in already. They will see this. And only folks who have completed their background check can go into RYT and get all the children's information. The reason for this, there is a lot of information about children. Only people who have completed background checks can access the RYT website. Okay. Next, if you are all set, then you will get a screen like this. Right? It may not be exact same. This is an old screen. I don't have a team number this year, but look like this. And then you say click on this. This is an old screenshot, but you should see something very similar. You click on this, and then for the very first time you log in, you should see a screen like this that says start registration. This lets us know that you have started your registration process. There are a lot of teams who have not even logged in or even clicked this button, and it shows that team has not yet started. So that's why you have a button here. It shows only for the first time. When you go into RYT, the first section is basic information. Right? In this basic information flows in from the earlier website. So the DI website will then flow in here. You will see the challenge. You'll see the school organization name, team name, team number. Generally, the coordinator doesn't come through. There is something that's been going on for some time, and there's a very good reason why they don't, it's not been fixed. But it doesn't matter. Whatever's on the DI website, we're able to see it. Whatever flows in here is what you need to know is your team and the right team that you're working on. If you have multiple teams, it's to help you understand you're working on the correct team. If any changes need to be made here, go back to the DI website and make it flow here. Next is a registration question. We do ask a few custom registration questions in our region. So, the things that we ask are things like, are you a returning team manager? Are you managing more than one team? And, if you're a senior level team, do you want to, are you interested in extreme challenge? Please make sure you fill these questions carefully, right? And you don't just do it in haste and then say, oh, I made a mistake, or, does these help us drive communication to the teams that require that communication? Next is a team manager section. If you are a team manager and you're here today, this is your section. This is where you go and register yourself. So, this is where you say, okay, fill out paperwork. You click on that, you'll fill out the code of conduct. There's another code of conduct here that is up on DI. That DI code of conduct is for Destination Imagination International. That's just to do the DI program, to use the DI team number. This is the Gulf Coast tournament code of conduct, right? And each TM has to log into RYT and complete their section. Right? So if you have two TMs and they're both background checked, do not complete your core TM's registration here. You have to log in your own registration, your own login ID, and then add change manager and complete your own paperwork. Please do not do work for someone else on the RYT website. It will mess up your registration and you'll spend more time cleaning it up than you'll ever save trying to do this. Make sure everybody does their own registration. If you need to add or change this, you'll have to do it from the DI website. So let's say you are one team manager. You want to add another team manager here. I cannot add another team manager. I have to go and do it on the DI website, add it there, and then the person, has their own DI account, they log in, it's all activated, it'll show up here. Once it's done, right, I only have one team manager, I'm going to hit everyone here, mark section complete. So complete the sections as you go through them. Next, you go through the team members. This is the most important section where you have to spend time and attention to do this correctly, right? So this information flows back to the website. And here you go and click add team members. As soon as you click add team members, you'll see a pop-up that looks like this. Copy this URL and send it to the team parent. Send it to the parents of their team members. They can register their own child. Right? So copy this link, send it in your messaging or email or whatever it is, send it to them. Say, hey, click on this link and register your child. Okay. So from the copy pop-up, copy the link and send it to your parents to complete. They do not need an RYT or DI account. Right? They just click on the link and register. If you have more than one, please be careful whom you are sending which link. Happens every year, members get crossed. Do not share links with anybody else. This link is unique to your team. Don't forward to your friend and say, oh, this is the link that I used to register my children. Go and use this to register children. No, they'll end up registering children on your team or vice versa. Please don't do that. Use your own link, send it only to the parents, and tell the parents not to forward the link to somebody else. If they have two siblings doing DI, they must use individual links from team manager. If they're both on your teams, you need to click two different links to register. Do not reuse links because you'll end up putting the child on the wrong team. Every year, it is a mess, and you will not realize it till you are disqualified, or you are we say that what do you call it? Like you have too many team, or you try to register a kid and say, oh, this kid is not on my team. It's on my other team. It's my sibling, or all kinds of mess. So as a team manager, you have to be extra careful, very carefully. You have one team, it's not a problem. You have multiple teams, or you have siblings doing DI on your team members. Be very clear in instructions so parents do this correctly. Okay. Keep on top of this. Make sure parents complete this in a timely manner. They cannot take months and weeks to do it. There's a deadline for this. There are parents who will sit on this till the team is almost disqualified. Happens every year. I'm not saying your team is that way, but please be on top of this that parents do this quickly. There is an option to print out this form. It is not recommended. It does not have all the questions. It is not compliant to the region. This is something that comes standard with the system. We are not able to change it. Don't do that, please. This is not for us. This is for international teams and stuff where they don't have access to computers and stuff. You can do this on the phone, right? Literally, you can do this within 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can do this on the phone. So please do not um, use the paper form methodology to do this. Appraisers. Every team that wants to present their solution at Gulf Coast Regional Tournament has to provide an appraiser for judging at the tournament, right? For appraising at the tournament. This is where you would go to the next section, right? Appraiser volunteers. Click add. Another pop-up will show. This is not the same pop-up. So everything has a separate pop-up. There's a URL here. Copy this URL and send it to your appraiser. Every team must provide one appraiser for the tournament. It is not recommended, I emphasize, it is not recommended that parents volunteer as an appraiser, as they will not be able to watch their kid's performance. An appraiser will not be excused from their duties as an appraiser to go and watch their child's performance. If they insist and they leave, your team will be automatically dropped from the tournament. Please don't do this situation. It happened 2 years back. I had crying children. I had crying team manager. The school district coordinator was upset. There is no backing out. If you leave your position before the head appraiser, leaves you, releases you, the team whom you are representing will be dropped from the tournament. It is a zero sum game. We have no discretion in that as a region. Those are DI rules. We will never cross that rule. Okay? So please be very careful about this. It is very easy to put a parent name and say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to put a parent name and then sign up. That does not work because parents want to watch their child's book. So I already went through this. Click add appraisers from the pop-up link, copy it, send it. Remember, appraisers have to register for a DI account and use those credentials when logging. Every appraiser has to have a DI account because they are eventually going to score on that, right? There is a lot of other things that happen to an appraiser that are different from team manager and a child and parent. So they have to create a. Do not register an appraiser using your ID. They come to your house, don't say, "Oh, let me log in appraiser." No, they have to create their own in their own name with their own phone number, their own email. They have to register. Please keep on top of this. If we start training in there are appraisers who will not register till we start sending our training schedule. So please do not be lax on. You will not be able to submit your registration unless your appraiser is complete. Your team will not be able to complete registration. So if you don't already have an appraiser, start looking over the holidays. Everybody who comes to your house, colleagues, neighbors, uncles, aunts, grandparents, like whoever you can find an appraiser who can represent your team at the tournament. So when they click their link, they will get this screen. Right? They'll get this screen, and you have to they have to use a DI account to log in and register themselves. So this is very important that an appraiser has to create their own DI account and then log in. Okay. So when an RYT appraiser creates a new account, You must have gone through this as a team manager. It is exact same thing. It's a DI standard registration for the account on di.com, right? Destination manager.com. Okay. Once the DI account is active, appraisers can log in with the link that you send them to register. Okay. Next, appraisers continue. Colleagues, teachers, friends, grade appraisers. Start finding an appraiser today. They must commit to attend one of the trainings. They must commit to attend one of the trainings appropriate for their experience, either they are new or returning. So we have a new team appraiser training, and we have a returning appraiser training. And the schedule will be posted on the Gulf Coast DI website. And they have to be able to bring a device that can connect to the internet. Especially if they're scoring appraiser or check-in, they need to have a device because we do all of that on the um, we do everything online. We are paperless. Okay. I'm not taking any questions right now. Please hold off. When I open up for questions, that time we'll do questions. Next. Um, this QR code is not active. We just received some of the information today. We'll get more information over the weekend. So we'll put some more appraiser training dates. Right now, get an appraiser to commit to a training in the month of January. It's going to be online training. There'll be multiple sessions offered. They can pick a session and they have to be able to volunteer at the tournament on the date of the tournament. Don't have to send this to the appraiser. When they register, they'll get all this information. Their screens are completely different from yours. They will see this information. Next is you have to supply a support volunteer. A support volunteer is not an appraiser. They are a volunteer who comes and helps. I think generally it's a 2-hour session is what we ask for, a 2-hour volunteer commitment. Every team must provide one. They will be able to watch their child performance because they pick the slot in which to volunteer. Right when they sign up, they'll get a chance. So by the time your schedule will be out, and then they will be able to sign up for the slot, which will not conflict with their viewing their child's performance. So parents make great support volunteers. Right? We need some able-bodied people who can either hold doors or run some messages, help out in various things because it takes 100 people to run the tournament, or it takes hundreds of people to run the tournament. We don't have enough people, so we just there's no training required. We just need someone who can come out and help us out. Same thing. Click add support volunteers. Pop-up will show up. Send them the link. Do not register. You'll create all kinds of issues that the parent is the support or the team manager support volunteer. It'll start kicking out from the system. So send it to them, let them register. They don't need a DI, they just need to go in and register. Right. Keep on top of this, you will not be able to submit your registration without a support volunteer. Okay. If you have more than one, feel free. More than one appraiser, 4 or 5 teachers who love DI, they want to come and appraise, send it to them. A whole bunch of all your parents want to support to be a support volunteer, sign up. There is no restriction. You need to have minimum one. You can send as many as you want. Right? We're almost at the end of it. The last part is fee payment. If you are with a school district, you're a school district sponsored team, do not pay any fees. Okay. If you are instructed to pay the fee by your district or an independent team, then pay the fees. Okay. There are some school districts which make the team manager pay the fees, and they'll instruct you to do that. Or you're an independent team, go ahead and pay the fees. Click pay by card, enter the amount, right? And then the pop-up that shows up does not have the Stripe logo, but we use Stripe for credit card processing. I get a lot of emails, hey, I don't understand this pop-up. I don't know where I'm putting the credit card information. It's through Stripe, and you get your charge on your statement, you will see that it went through Stripe. So we use Stripe. It's just the screen has been designed in a way it doesn't show what it is. The fee is $90. I was not able to capture this. Somebody let me use their screen many years ago, but the fee this year is $90. That's the tournament fee. Then most importantly, once all your sections are complete, you have completed mandatory questions, you have completed your team manager section, all your team managers are there, you have completed your team members, you have completed your appraisers, you have completed your support volunteers. You must click submit your registration. So this will turn green when all your sections are complete. You must click this before your registration due date that shows up on RYT. It's your job as a team manager to go click it. It's not going to auto submit and then you miss the submission deadline, though all your sections are complete, right? And then there's a huge back and forth. This wastes time every single year. As a team manager, this is one of the most important things. Please go and make the registration. Pick and lock your challenge on the DI website, right? You must pick and lock your challenge by December 1st. I would please do it ASAP. You are wasting your time right now if you're not picked and locked your challenge. Like if you're still deciding, you're missing out on solution. But by December 1st, it must be locked on the website. Otherwise, you will not be able to register. It won't show you anything, right? You'll have anything, but then the backend will not let you register because the challenge has to be picked and locked. You cannot change your challenge after that. You cannot change your challenge after this point, as a result, tournament will not be able to score your team's performance. If you do something to change your challenge or something else, by this time we start building the scheduling backend, right? We start doing it will completely drop out from the schedule. It's only when we do, okay, we had, X number of teams in the registration, there's X number of only like, X minus one scheduling, we realize, oh, one team dropped out. So please don't do that. Please don't go and change anything after this point. Early learning, you have only one challenge. So pick challenge level early learning. This is first and second graders, and then early learning, helping hands is your challenge name. So go and do it today, right? Do it this weekend because you have only one challenge, you have only one level. Why this helps us understand how many teams are coming, what is the break. Then I can start helping the RS teams because they're usually new team managers. I'll start sending you communication. By not picking your challenge, you are not receiving communications that are targeted toward rising stars. So, rising stars, please go pick your challenge ASAP. These are the challenges for the year, right? Technical is challenge A, win it big. Challenge B is scientific, unforgettable. C is fine arts, becoming super. Improv is casting shadows. Engineering is above and beyond. Service learning is give and take. And if you are a senior level team and you want to do extreme, there's a separate registration form that will be sending out once we know how many teams are coming and how many senior level teams are there. We're almost done. So now I'll open up for questions. I think everybody's hand is down. So let me stop sharing and let me open up for questions and give me 1 second. Let me stop the recording section. Bear with me for 1 second. Let me stop recording.